Your life changes the moment you make a new, congruent, and committed decision. Right now, at this very moment, you can decide to transform your future by focusing on 5 essential areas every single day. These 5 daily practices separate the successful from the average, the fulfilled from the frustrated, and the extraordinary from the ordinary. The greatest discovery of my life came when I realized that success isn't accidental. It's intentional. It's the result of specific habits practiced consistently over time. I remember meeting a young entrepreneur who had built a multi-million-dollar business in just 3 years. When I asked him the secret to his rapid success, his answer surprised me. He said, "I didn't do one big thing right. I did 5 small things right every single day without fail." This insight changed everything for me. Today, I want to share these 5 critical areas that, when worked on daily, will absolutely transform your life. These 5 areas form the foundation of success for top performers across every field. World-class athletes, business leaders, and high achievers in any arena understand that greatness isn't born from occasional bursts of motivation, but from consistent daily habits. The good news is that each of these practices can be learned, developed, and mastered by anyone willing to commit to them. The quality of your life today is a direct result of the habits you've formed up until now. If you want to change your life, you must change your habits. And the 5 areas we'll discuss today represent the most important habits you can possibly develop. When you commit to working on these 5 areas every day, extraordinary results become inevitable. The most successful people I've worked with, over 4 decades of studying achievement, have all mastered these 5 daily practices. They've made them non-negotiable parts of their lives. And when you adopt these same habits, you'll be amazed at how quickly your own results begin to transform. The beautiful thing about these 5 areas is that they build upon each other. Progress in one area naturally enhances the others. As you grow in each dimension, the compound effect creates exponential rather than linear improvement in your life. This is how ordinary people achieve extraordinary results, not through revolutionary actions, but through evolutionary daily habits. Let's begin with the first and perhaps most fundamental area. You must work on every day setting and pursuing meaningful goals. The first area you must work on every day is your goals and planning. Everything in the created world begins with a clear vision, followed by a concrete plan. Your ability to set clear goals and organize your life around achieving them is the master skill of success. Each morning before you check your phone or email, take time to review your goals and plan your day. This single habit will double or triple your productivity. Write down your top goals every single morning. The act of writing crystallizes your thinking and programs your subconscious mind to recognize opportunities that will move you toward those goals. Top performers in every field practice this daily planning ritual without exception. When you plan each day in advance, you take control of your time and your life. The alternative is to react to whatever comes your way, allowing others to control your agenda and determine your results. Break your larger goals into specific daily actions. Ask yourself, what one thing can I do today that will move me closer to my most important goal? Then make that your highest priority task. Complete it before moving on to anything else. I worked with a sales professional who was consistently in the middle of her company's performance rankings. After adopting this daily goal-setting habit, she rose to the #1 position within 6 months. Her approach was simple but powerful. Each morning she wrote down her monthly sales target and the exact number of calls, presentations, and follow-ups needed to reach it. Then she determined the specific actions required that day and completed them before doing anything else. The most practical approach to daily goal achievement is what I call the 80-20 rule of time management. Identify the 2,000% of activities that contribute to 80% of your results and focus your best time and energy on those few critical tasks. This alone will dramatically accelerate your progress toward your most important goals. Another powerful technique is to use what I call time blocks in your daily planning. Set aside uninterrupted periods of 60 to 90 minutes to work exclusively on your most important tasks. During these time blocks, turn off all distractions. No phone calls, no emails, no social media, just focused concentration on high value activities. Remember that clarity is power. The clearer you are about exactly what you want and the specific actions needed to achieve it, the faster you'll move toward your goals. Vague goals produce vague results. Specific goals produce specific results. When planning your day, always work from a list. The act of checking items off your list gives you a sense of accomplishment and releases endorphins that make you feel positive and energetic. Some of the most successful people I know create their to-do list the night before, allowing their subconscious mind to work on solutions while they sleep. Your daily planning should include both long-term vision and immediate action steps. Ask yourself each morning, what can I do today that will still matter 5 years from now? This question helps you distinguish between what's merely urgent and what's truly important. The habit of daily planning and goal setting puts you firmly in the top 3% of adults. Most people spend more time planning their vacations than planning their lives. But when you take just 10 to 15 minutes each morning to get crystal clear on your highest value activities, you'll accomplish more in a month than most people accomplish in a year. Practice writing your goals in the present tense as though they're already realized instead of writing, I will earn $100,000, right, earn $100,000. This programs your subconscious mind to seek opportunities and solutions that align with your stated goals. The second vital area you must work on every day is continuous learning. In our rapidly changing world, your knowledge and skills are your most valuable assets. They determine your earning ability, your opportunities, and your capacity to solve problems and add value. Make a commitment right now to turn your car into a university on wheels. The average person spends 500 to 1,000 hours per year in their car. By listening to educational audio programs during this time, you can become an expert in your field within 3 years. Read for at least 30 minutes every day in your field. This habit alone separates the top performers from average performers. If you read just 1 hour per day about your field, that's about 1 book per week or about 50 books per year. Within 3 years, you'll have read more about your specialty than 95% of people in your field will read in their entire careers. The key to maximum learning is immediate application. After you learn something new, ask yourself, how can I use this? Then find a way to apply that knowledge within 24 hours. This locks the learning into your long-term memory and turns information into results. One of my clients, a business owner, committed to reading 1 book on management or leadership every week. Within 1 year, his company's productivity increased by 32%. His employees remarked that he had transformed as a leader, asking better questions and providing more insightful guidance. Another powerful learning habit is to attend seminars and workshops in your field at least 4 times per year. The ideas, contacts, and inspiration you gain from these events will pay dividends for years to come. I've watched countless people transform their careers after a single insight gained at a seminar or workshop. Practice teaching what you learn to others. When you explain concepts to colleagues, friends, or family members, you deepen your own understanding. The person who teaches learns twice. Take notes on everything. Carry a notebook or use a note-taking app on your phone. The act of writing down key ideas dramatically increases retention and understanding. Review these notes regularly to reinforce your learning. Invest at least 3% of your income back into your personal development. Buy books, courses, and training programs. Attend seminars and workshops. Join mastermind groups in your field. This investment in yourself will yield the highest return of any investment you ever make. Make a practice of asking questions and learning from everyone you meet. Each person you encounter knows something you don't. By asking thoughtful questions and listening carefully to the answers, you can gain valuable insights from unexpected sources. Consider forming a study group with like-minded colleagues. Meet regularly to discuss books, articles, and ideas relevant to your field. The power of collaborative learning can accelerate your growth and expose you to perspectives you might otherwise miss. Remember that learning without action is merely entertainment. The true value of knowledge comes from its application. After reading a book or attending a seminar, Identify at least 3 ideas you can implement immediately and take action on them within 24 hours. The third critical area you must work on every day is your health and energy. Your physical vitality is the foundation upon which all other success is built. Without abundant energy, even the best strategies and intentions fall short. Start each day with physical exercise. Even 20 to 30 minutes of brisk walking, cycling, or strength training will boost your energy, improve your mood, and enhance your cognitive function. The most successful people I've worked with make morning exercise a non-negotiable part of their daily routine. Pay close attention to your nutrition. What you eat directly affects your energy, focus, and productivity. Aim for balanced meals with plenty of vegetables, lean proteins, and complex carbohydrates. Avoid sugar and processed foods, which cause energy crashes and reduced mental clarity. Proper hydration is essential for peak performance. Most people operate in a state of chronic mild dehydration without realizing it. Drink at least 8 glasses of water daily, more if you're physically active or in a dry climate. This simple habit can increase your energy by 25 to 30%. Adequate rest and recovery are crucial for sustained high performance. The most productive people I know prioritize sleep, aiming for 7 to 8 hours each night. They understand that sleep isn't a luxury. It's a performance enhancer that improves every aspect of cognitive and physical function. Practice what I call strategic renewal throughout your day. Every 90 to 120 minutes, take a short break to stretch, move around, or simply breathe deeply for a few minutes. These brief recovery periods prevent burnout and maintain high energy levels throughout the day. I worked with a CEO who transformed his company's performance by focusing on his personal energy management. He started exercising each morning, cleaned up his diet, and began taking short renewal breaks during the workday. Within 2 months, his leadership team noticed a difference in his presence, decision-making ability, and creative thinking. Another energy management technique is to carefully monitor your inputs, not just what you eat and drink, but also the information you consume. Negative news, toxic people, and unproductive entertainment drain your mental and emotional energy. Be selective about what you allow into your mind. Practice deep breathing exercises for a few minutes several times throughout your day. Proper breathing increases oxygen flow to your brain, reduces stress hormones, and improves mental clarity. When you feel tense or overwhelmed, take 5 deep breaths, inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6. Remember that energy management is even more important than time management. With abundant energy, you can accomplish more in 4 hours than most people accomplish in 8. Without it, even the best time management systems fall short. The fourth essential area you must work on every day is building and nurturing relationships. Your network largely determines your net worth, both financially and in terms of life satisfaction. No one succeeds alone. Make it a daily practice to strengthen at least one important relationship. This might involve a phone call, a thoughtful message, or a face-to-face conversation. The quality of your life is directly determined by the quality of your relationships. Practice active listening in all your interactions. Most people listen with the intent to reply rather than the intent to understand. When you truly listen, giving your full attention without interrupting or planning your response, you build trust and rapport that can last a lifetime. Look for ways to add value to others without expecting anything in return. Send articles or resources that might help someone in your network. Make introductions between people who could benefit from knowing each other. Offer genuine compliments and recognition for others' achievements. One of the most successful entrepreneurs I know attributes his business growth primarily to relationship building. Each day he reaches out to at least 5 people in his network, not to sell anything, but simply to check in, offer support, or share something of value. Over time, this practice has created a powerful network of allies, partners, and advocates. Be intentional about expanding your circle of connections. Meet new people regularly through industry events, community organizations, or social gatherings. Some of your most valuable opportunities will come through people you haven't met yet. Practice showing genuine appreciation. Take time each day to thank someone who has helped you or made a positive difference in your life. Gratitude strengthens bonds and opens doors to deeper connection. When communicating with others, focus on clarity and positivity. Choose words that inspire and encourage rather than criticize or complain. Your communication style significantly impacts the quality of your relationships and your personal brand. Develop the habit of following through on commitments, no matter how small. Reliability builds trust, and trust is the foundation of all valuable relationships. When you say you'll do something, do it consistently and without fail. Remember that the most valuable network isn't necessarily the largest one. Focus on building meaningful connections with people you genuinely like, respect, and can both learn from and contribute to. Quality trumps quantity in relationship building. Make it a practice to resolve conflicts quickly and directly. Don't let misunderstandings or hurt feelings fester. Address issues with honesty, empathy, and a sincere desire to understand the other person's perspective. The fifth and final area you must work on every day is your personal growth and mindset. Your internal world creates your external results. By consciously developing your thinking patterns and beliefs, you create the foundation for extraordinary achievement. Start each day with positive mental programming. Read or listen to something inspirational. Repeat affirmations that reinforce your goals and values. Visualize yourself succeeding at your most important tasks. This morning mental routine sets the tone for your entire day. Practice what I call zero-based thinking regularly is to ask yourself, knowing what I now know, is there anything I'm currently doing that I wouldn't start again today if I had the choice? This powerful question helps you eliminate activities that no longer serve your highest goals. Monitor your self-talk carefully. The conversations you have with yourself shape your beliefs, actions, and ultimately your results. Replace negative statements like I can't or this is too difficult with empowering questions like how can I, and what's the solution here? I worked with a sales manager who transformed his team's performance by focusing on mindset development. Each morning, his team spent 15 minutes discussing a positive principle or success story before starting their calls. Within 6 months, their sales increased by 47% with no other changes to their strategies. Practice visualization daily. Athletes call this mental rehearsal, and it's equally powerful in business and personal development. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day vividly imagining yourself performing at your best and achieving your goals. Your subconscious mind responds to these mental images as though they were real experiences. Develop the habit of accepting complete responsibility for your life and results. This mindset is the foundation of personal power. When you stop blaming external circumstances or other people for your challenges, you gain the ability to change them. Feed your mind with positive, solution-oriented content. Read biographies of successful people. Study principles of psychology and human potential. Listen to motivational and educational programs. The information you consistently consume shapes your thinking and your life. Practice gratitude daily. Each evening, identify at least 3 things you're grateful for from that day. This simple habit shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, creating a positive mental state that attracts more success and fulfillment. Challenge yourself to grow through discomfort. Each day, do something that pushes you slightly beyond your comfort zone. Make that difficult phone call. Speak up in that meeting. Approach that new prospect. Growth happens at the edge of comfort, not within it. Cultivate what psychologists call a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. See challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threats to avoid. View failures as valuable feedback rather than personal deficiencies. Practice mindfulness throughout your day. Take brief moments to become fully present, noticing your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. This simple practice reduces stress, improves focus, and enhances your ability to respond rather than react to circumstances. Remember that your mindset is not fixed. It's a set of habits that can be consciously developed. By working on your mental conditioning daily, you create the inner foundation for lasting outer success. These 5 areas, daily goals and planning, continuous learning, health and energy management, relationship building, and personal growth form the foundation of an extraordinary life. When you commit to working on them every single day, remarkable results become inevitable. The power of these practices lies not in occasional bursts, but in daily consistency. Small improvements in each area, compounded over time, lead to massive transformation. As the ancient Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Starting today, make these 5 areas non-negotiable priorities in your life. Your future self will thank you for the foundation you begin building right now. Remember, success is not an accident. It's a result of specific habits practiced consistently over time. And now you know exactly which habits matter most. Now, let me share with you some practical strategies for implementing these 5 critical areas in your daily life. The gap between knowing and doing is often where success is lost. I want to make sure you not only understand these principles, but can apply them starting today. When focusing on your goals and planning, use what I call the Swiss cheese method. When faced with a large, overwhelming task, don't try to tackle it all at once. Instead, poke holes in it, like Swiss cheese, by completing small parts of it whenever you have a few minutes. These small actions build momentum and make large goals manageable. One of my clients, a busy executive, used this method to write a book while maintaining his demanding schedule. Instead of waiting for large blocks of time that never came, he wrote for just 15 minutes each morning before work. Within a year, he had completed his manuscript without ever feeling overwhelmed. Another powerful planning technique is what I call back from the future thinking. Start with your desired outcome and work backward to identify the necessary steps. This approach clarifies the path and reveals the critical actions needed to achieve your goal. Remember that your morning routine sets the tone for your entire day. The most successful people protect their first hour after waking for high-value activities like planning, exercise, and personal development. Avoid checking emails or social media during this critical time. These activities put you in a reactive rather than proactive mindset. Regarding continuous learning, develop what I call learning loops. After gaining new knowledge, immediately find ways to apply it, evaluate the results, and refine your approach. This cycle of learning, application, and refinement accelerates your growth and ensures that knowledge translates into results. One of the most valuable learning habits is to become an expert note-taker. When reading books or attending seminars, don't just passively consume information. Actively engage with it by writing down key insights, questions, and potential applications. These notes become a personal knowledge bank you can review and implement over time. Consider creating what I call a learning agenda, a list of specific skills, topics, and areas of knowledge you want to develop over the next 12 months. Review this agenda weekly and allocate time in your schedule for focused study in these areas. Remember that true learning happens at the edge of your comfort zone. Seek out challenging material that stretches your thinking and exposes you to new perspectives. The temporary discomfort of wrestling with difficult concepts leads to permanent growth in capability and understanding. When it comes to health and energy management, remember that consistency trumps intensity. A moderate exercise routine you follow faithfully is far more beneficial than an intense program you abandon after a few weeks. Start with small, sustainable changes and build from there. Practice what I call strategic eating. Plan your meals to support your energy needs throughout the day. Avoid heavy lunches that cause afternoon energy crashes. Instead, opt for smaller, more frequent meals that maintain stable blood sugar and sustain. One of the most powerful energy management techniques is proper breathing. Most people breathe shallowly, using only the upper portion of their lungs. Practice diaphragmatic breathing, filling your lungs from the bottom up several times throughout your day. This simple practice increases oxygen flow to your brain and vital organs, enhancing mental clarity and physical vitality. Pay attention to your personal energy patterns. Most people have predictable periods of high and low energy throughout the day. Schedule your most demanding tasks during your natural peak energy times and save routine or administrative work for your lower energy periods. For relationship building, practice what I call the law of indirect effort. Instead of focusing on what you want from relationships, focus on what you can contribute. Paradoxically, the more you give without expectation of return, the more you ultimately receive. Make it a habit to send at least one note of appreciation each day. This might be a text message, an email, or a handwritten note. Express genuine gratitude for someone's help, insight, or simply their presence in your life. This small act strengthens bonds and opens doors to deeper connection. Develop the habit of asking better questions in your conversations. Instead of defaulting to "how are you?" try questions that invite meaningful exchange. What's been the highlight of your week? Or what are you excited about right now? Quality questions lead to quality conversations. Remember that consistency builds trust in relationships. Small actions repeated reliably over time create stronger bonds than grand gestures made occasionally. Check in regularly with key people in your network, even when you don't need anything from them. When it comes to your personal growth and mindset, practice what I call mental contrasting. Vividly imagine your desired future, then honestly assess your current reality and the obstacles between them. This realistic optimism motivates action better than either blind positivity or pessimistic dwelling on barriers. Develop the habit of seeking feedback on your performance. Ask trusted colleagues, mentors, or friends for their honest assessment of your strengths and areas for improvement. The most successful people actively seek this feedback rather than waiting for it or avoiding it. Practice reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. When facing difficulties, ask yourself, what can I learn from this, and how might this situation benefit me in the long run? This shift in perspective, it transforms problems into stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Remember that your identity, how you see yourself, drives your behavior more powerfully than your willpower. As you develop new habits in these 5 areas, consciously adopt the identity of someone who naturally behaves this way. Instead of "I'm trying to exercise more," think "I'm an active person who prioritizes physical fitness." One of the most powerful mindset practices is to maintain what psychologists call an internal locus of control. The belief that you influence your outcomes through your choices and actions. Whenever you catch yourself blaming external circumstances for your results, pause and ask, what role did I play in creating this situation, and what can I do to improve it? Implement what I call the 3-win-day approach. Each morning, identify 3 specific achievements that would make the day successful. These might relate to your work, relationships, health, or personal development. Focus your energy on accomplishing these 3 wins before becoming distracted by less important tasks. Use technology intentionally to support your growth in these 5 areas. There are excellent apps for goal tracking, learning, health monitoring, relationship management, and mindset development. However, be selective. Technology should serve your priorities, not distract from them. Practice what I call bookending your day, creating purposeful morning and evening routines that reinforce your commitment to these 5 areas. Your morning routine might include planning, exercise, and learning, while your evening routine could involve relationship building, time with family or friends, and mindset work, gratitude practice, or reflection. Remember that progress in these 5 areas is rarely linear. You'll experience setbacks and plateaus along the way. The key is to maintain consistency during these challenging periods. Often, the greatest breakthroughs come immediately after periods of apparent stagnation. Consider creating a simple weekly review process to assess your progress in each area. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 for each dimension and identify one specific improvement you can make in the coming week. This regular assessment keeps you accountable and focused on continuous improvement. Remember that excellence in these 5 areas doesn't require perfection. Small, consistent improvements compound over time to create remarkable results. Focus on progress, not perfection. One of the most powerful methods for sustaining your commitment to these 5 areas is to find an accountability partner or group. Share your goals and progress with others who support your growth and hold you to your highest standards. The knowledge that someone else is watching your progress significantly increases follow through. And finally, remember that working on these 5 areas isn't just about achievement. It's about becoming the person you're capable of being. Each small action you take builds not just your results, but your character. As Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The beautiful truth is that anyone can transform their life by focusing on these 5 areas. Your background, current circumstances, or past failures don't determine your future. Your daily habits do. And you have complete control over those habits starting right now. What will you do today to move forward in each of these 5 essential areas? The answer to that question will shape not just your day, but your destiny. Choose wisely, act consistently, and watch as your life transforms one day at a time.